screen scroll is a pretty neat trick, and there's going to be a few different neat tricks, bomb forces and such that we're going to talk about during the run. And if you're unfamiliar with those terms or those glitches, feel free to go to redcandle.us, and we are off. As our runners pick up their wooden sword, we see them heading to level 3, where the key is going to be to try to kill this first red Dark Knight without taking anything else out, in the hopes that that global will drop that bomb, and that'll get him off on the right foot. Jam slightly cleaner getting into 3, but jkoper hot on his heels. Into this first Dark Nut room, where the wooden sword takes 4 hits. And you can't hit the Dark Nuts on the front, so you've got to hit them on the sides. Jam does not get his bomb, neither does jkoper. Well, wait, jkoper does get his bomb. Little stream hiccup kind of tricked me there, but unfortunately for jkoper, though, he's down to 1 heart. He's going to have to be extra careful here.
Yeah, that makes it a little tricky. I didn't see exactly where he got hit. I got a little bit of a hiccup, like you said, but would you happen to know what his counts were? He might have a hard time forcing a bomb here.
We did take a hit from the bubble there. Only takes out 1 of the Dark Nuts. Narrowly avoids taking a death there, but gets a hard drop. He's in much better shape now. Neither runner getting a candy bomb. And Jam does not force a bomb. So he's going to have to farm bombs. And jkoper down to his last bomb, and he can't force one here either. So he has to sword that Dark Nut down. Now, jkoper's in a little bit of a better spot here than Jam is. Jam has 0 bombs to his name, and without bombs, the manhandle fight is suicide. So we're probably going to see Jam heading up the top route to pick up the bomb pack there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. jkoper, oh, he does force on the way back out. That's very nice, and then he'll be able to go down bottom and get his last 4 he needs. If he even decides to do so, he might go crazy and try to kill manhandle with 2. I'm not sure.
How's that? Does that sound a little better, guys? I apologize. Mic check. How does that sound, Steven?
That sounds great.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Having slight technical difficulties. Now, Jam gets his bomb. He earned it. He worked on that. Got a global drop there. Gets his bombs. He's trying to get out of this room. Now he's going to go ahead and clear the room and take a token bomb off the floor. Meanwhile, jkoper, with a perfect manhandle of fight, gets his bombs, and he's out of level 3 with 8 bombs. A very nice recovery for jkoper.
Very nice. Jam gets candy bomb and a room bomb. That's good to see.
Jam does have 7 bombs now, so he should be able to get through Manhandla, as long as he doesn't get a Troll Handler, pretty easily. Meanwhile, jkoper scrolls his way over to level 4, where the wooden sword low percent fun Kappa is not quite over yet.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Well, Jam is 1 hit away from killing him. He does take the Troll Handler out. That's the good news. But the bad news was not only without a slow fight, but he has no bombs. And poor Jam is in a really, really tight spot here.
Props to him for killing him with the sword, though. That is hard to do when he has that much speed.
Not only the speed, but the fact that you know you're in a race, your opponent more than likely didn't have that trouble. I mean, it happens to all of us, but knowing that it's a very stressful fight. When you miss it against Manhandla, it kind of gets in your head a little bit. Meanwhile, jkoper into the breakfast room where we have pancakes, eggs, chocolate kisses, and toast. Shouts out to Angry Larry. And has a pretty good room. He did take a bubble bop, but he'll be to the ladder here with a pretty respectable time.
Did you say chocolate kisses?
Absolutely. I'm partial to the eggs and toast myself, but, you know, pancakes are always good. Jam finally makes his way into level 4. He did get a candy bomb, and he appears to be trying to force a bomb here and does not. So he might have miscounted coming in, but now he's down to 2 bombs. That's not enough to finish level 4, so he's going to have to work a count here. Meanwhile, jkoper down to 2, but he's going to what we call the error key, which we utilize to build up our counts for this fire room. You should see jkoper force a bomb here.
jkoper's counts are great for where he's at. It's probably a little lower on rupees than where he'd want to be, but still.
7 bombs leaving level 4 is always a nice luxury to have, and with beam swords, his Gleeok fight is going to be a little easier than it would be. He takes care of the first head before he takes any damage. 10 hits for the first head, 6 hits for the second, and jkoper takes down the mighty beast, and he's at a level 4 with a respectable time and 7 bombs. He's off to a tremendous good start.
Jam has all the bombs he'll need, but this is going to be a pretty slow room without being able to use any bombs.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jam, with his only 3 bombs, if you use all 3 and you don't get another bomb, then you have a dilemma, because you're going to see jkoper entering level 1 shortly, where you can save time and a key using bombs to blow up this wall that you'll see him blow up shortly. If Jam does not manage his counts correctly here and miss counts or miss bombs, he may alternate his route and go to level 2 next.
Oh, nice.
Nicely done. He does force the bomb properly. He now has 6 to his name, so he's in much better shape. Meanwhile, jkoper into that aforementioned room. He's probably looking for rupees at this point, unless he's running double hundo. Nicely done. jkoper gets a bomb. Might have been a forced one. Might have been a random drop. Those gorillas do drop bombs. And he's got 8 bombs to his name as he'll clip in and pick up his bow. JamEvil takes his turn against the mighty beast.
Both players wreck the Gleeok. No problem.
Absolutely. Gleeok falls to both players. Neither Trollhandela nor Gleeok take out either of our runners, and Trollhandela tried his best with Jammy as he leaves level 4. jkoper nearing the end of level 1. Pretty sizable lead at this point. I would say about 2, maybe 2.5 minutes. So with 8 bombs, but only 17 rupees, my guess, well, 18, excuse me. My guess is we'll see jkoper probably alter the double hundo route. What do you think, Steven?
That would be my guess, yeah.
Yeah, and chat seems to agree with us as well. As a little high five here, jkoper leaving level 1, JamEvil doing the pirouette to enter. And jkoper likely going to be headed to level 5 next in that aforementioned rumor requirement. We'll have to wait and see if my prediction holds true here. Nice 5 rupee there for Jam. That might have been a forced rupee, although it's hard to tell. Up to 21 rupees. He still has an outside shot at a 30-30, which might make up a little bit of this deficit. He'll need every second he can get.
These guys, they have the left to right screen scrolls down nicely.
Yeah, very, very clean scrolls for jkoper as he heads towards that northeast secret. He'll pick up his 100. The 100 secret here is a minor time loss on the front end. You lose about 20 seconds or so, depending on your screen scroll ability. But you make up a lot of that time in the back end as you head to level 2. And if you route it properly, you don't have to farm as many rupees, and you have a ton of arrows for combat later in the game.
John reminded us that Jam usually does go red candle. You think if he gets the 30 rupees, he would still opt to go red candle?
It's up to him. I mean, we've talked to a couple runners that will run that red candle route regardless of their counts, regardless of their situation. And I know Jam is very comfortable with that route. So we'll have to wait and see as he heads into the Aqua Menace fight and jkoper purchases his blue candle. 27 rupees for Jam, so he has options here. We'll have to wait and see what his choice is. Into level 5 goes jkoper with 6 bombs to his name, meaning he'll have at least 8 as long as he doesn't miss bomb here as he heads into the room requirement. So he's sitting in a good position, especially if he's building a count. Steven, do you love this room requirement? I mean, every runner loves this room, right?
Not as much as I love Fort Gibdo.
He did make it through Fort Gibdo without taking a bop, and he did get his bombs. So again, assuming he's got a count, he'll be in good position for this extremely, extremely easy room full of red Octoroks, right?
I think so. I think you're right.
What? They changed the sprite set.
Ooh, this is not looking good. Actually, this bomb is looking pretty good.
Yeah, actually, those are really good bombs by jkoper, and the bombs are what we use for combat here. They do magic sword damage, 4 HP of damage compared to only 1 for the wooden sword, and he used his bombs brilliantly there, although that last one is trolling him. Ooh, bad break for jkoper, but he finally does get out of the room with no damage.
Red Octoroks might have just slowed him down. That was pretty nice.
And it does appear as Jam is going to run the red candle route as he heads to the coast. He'll pick up his heart containers and scroll into level 2. So these routes will reconverge when these runners get to level 7 later in the run. But I do think it's still safe to say jkoper's got a pretty sizable lead at this point.
Yeah, with that rumor requirement, he's sitting pretty right now.
Only 1 bomb, so he won't have too many bombs to his name for luxury like in this Gibdo room. You'll see runners usually when they have more than 1 use bombs here to speed this room up a bit. But with 1 bomb, he'll likely save that bomb for the upcoming boss fight. Tell us a little bit about this boss, Steven.
I don't think he's too bad, unless you don't have any bombs at all, or unless you're at like a half a heart. He's not too bad. But he will get going pretty quick and hit you for 2 hearts of damage if you don't get a clean kill on him. Or he can, rather.
I'm sorry. jkoper does have full health, 1 bomb to his name. He'll likely drop that bomb right on Dig Dogger's face. And then immediately use the recorder as a nice little kind of bonus. When you run out of bombs in this with the items that he currently has, you will automatically menu to your recorder. So it's a nice little feature, if you will. And
it's nice to have. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say it's nice to have bombs leaving this level, but it's not necessary as he's going to level 2 next.
And a nice kill for jkoper. Gets out with no damage, no refill. Very nice level 5 for jkoper, and I imagine Jam's going to have to really work to match and not lose time in that level 5. That was brilliant. Yeah, kind of a neat little feature. Not only the menuing, but when you place a bomb and then blow the recorder, the bomb's timer will tick down as the recorder blows, and you can kind of buffer your bomb so you don't have to risk missing those frames of bomb, and it takes out 4 of the 8 hit points that those Dig Dogger pups, if you will, have. As JamEvil leaves level 2, and jkoper does what we call the world wrap.
We'll get a good idea of where they're at in relationship to each other after level 2 and 5, respectively.
World wrap takes you to the west coast of Hyrule, or the west edge of Hyrule, and then all of a sudden you screen scroll and, oh, look at me, I'm on the east coast now. And right on top of a heart container. How convenient. As jkoper picks that heart container up, uses his raft, and he has another heart container. We need heart containers not only because health is nice, but there's another reason, isn't there?
Yes, you need 12 to pick up the magic sword, which is what we need in this route.
But I thought you run low percent. You don't need no magic sword.
You don't need it, but it really speeds you up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the low percent category, you'll see the runners stick to the wooden sword. And then obviously the swordless category, which jkoper is famous for running, you don't get a sword at all. And so jkoper, of course, doesn't necessarily need the magic sword, but as Steven was saying, it is definitely nice to have. As Jam enters level 8, he will also have a full complement of bombs, but keep in mind, his route does not take him to level 2 after this, and you need at least 7 bombs, preferably, to complete level 7 optimally. And so his bomb management here is going to be very important in this rumor requirement. As jkoper gets a bomb off those gorillas, nicely done.
You see him leave the bomb on the Gibdo for the way back out.
Yeah, you see that a lot with these runners that run the red candle route, 2 first runners. Good bombs to start for Jam. Still has full health, has 4 bombs remaining. If he has a count building, he's in good shape. Oh, he did have a count, but he didn't risk it. He's going to have to sword this last Dark Nut down, and he does so. Very nicely done. Not quite as fast as jkoper's room, but he didn't take any damage. Very nicely done.
So he'll have 6 bombs leaving Fort Gibdo, which will give him 2 bombs to play with to try to kill a Dodongo. Get bombs, force bombs.
Meanwhile, jkoper's out of level 2. Very nice and quiet level 2. No Troll Dongo. He's got 8 bombs to his name, as he'll head to level 7 with a pretty sizable lead at this point to go to the Westlake Mall and do his shopping first.
It's pretty close to 17 flat, so we'll see what Jam's at after level 5.
Yes, Jam probably has about another minute or so in level 5, so it's probably a good minute-and-a-half lead at least for jkoper as he uses what's affectionately known as the tricorder to get into the blue ring shop. But he's not here for the blue ring. He's here for the meat.
The meat.
I feel like that's like,
awesome.
like an Arby's commercial. Like, we have the meats. Gets the arrows. He already has 8 bombs, so he doesn't have to purchase bombs. Sometimes you'll see runners, especially on the double hundo route, get bombs there if they need them. But he's got everything he needs at this point. He's just got to go fast. The hard part's over for jkoper as far as RNG is concerned, as far as tracking those counts for the most part. As he heads into level 7 with a full complement of bombs, barring any mistakes, he's in great shape.
I think you just started something. Arcus brought us the Olive Garden. You brought us Arby's.
Hey, the Westlake Mall has to have a food court, man. I still got to give shouts out to Tetraleaf for coining the Westlake Mall. I love that one. Into the river room goes jkoper with more than 25 arrows to start. Has a very efficient, very fast river room using the arrow strats. Unfortunately, Dig Dogger says, not today, no, oh no. And down goes 2 hearts for jkoper. And that's kind of level 7 shtick. It likes to just kind of chip away at that health meter. Question in chat, what does the tricorder do? Well, just like we saw against the Dig Dogger, where you can drop a bomb and then blow the recorder and it counts down the frames that it takes for the bomb to explode. A similar thing happens with that screen because the enemies are levers. Long story short, there's lag when you enter that shop where we buy bait. And that lag, of course, costs speedrunners time. That's no good. But if you blow that recorder, it kind of ticks down that lag counter. meaning that you can enter that meat shop with 0 lag. You might be thinking, well, yeah, but you're still losing time with the recorder. But after level 6, we have to blow the recorder anyways twice. So doing this strat, you only have to blow it once. So not only do you eliminate the lag from the shopkeeper, but you eliminate one of your recorder blows. So it's a very nice strat, and it's kind of surprising that nobody found it until very recently. I believe it was Reeves that coined it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was commentating on that map that Reeves did that in, and I was like, what's he doing? And then when we asked him about it, he said that it gets rid of the lag.
Oh, no! What happened? I didn't see what happened. jkoper's out of bombs.
Out of bombs.
I missed what happened. Luckily, he has 25 arrows, so this is more of a time loss than a significant issue. But it is going to give Jam a little bit of a window to catch up, and he needs every little bit he can get. I'm not sure what happened, but he goes to the backup strat. You clear all those blue gorillas out, and you get a free bomb drop. I'm not sure if maybe he tried to smoke a Dodongo and missed.
Well, the wall was open. I think he realized he had 0 bombs left, and instead of risking it, he went back. He might not have known where his global was, or maybe he didn't know where his global was and knew he didn't really have a great shot at bombs.
Well, remember, Jam does have to get the red candle here, so we'll kind of get an idea at the level 7 Triforce of the lead, but that is enough of a time loss that might give Jam a little bit of a window here. I mean, it's still a pretty large lead for jkoper, but anything can happen in Zelda.
He did clear that room out very quickly.
$21.37 Triforce grab for jkoper. We'll try to get an idea of where the lead is when Jam reaches that Triforce, as jkoper's now headed to the magical sword. He'll do one more screen scroll through the laggy woods, and he'll pick up his magical sword, and we'll get to see a new enemy. So which do you prefer, Steven? Wizrobes or Darknuts?
Probably Wizrobes.
It's funny that when I was a kid, I would have said Darknuts all day. I would have said Darknuts were much easier to manage. And now it's funny, as I've learned to deal with Wizrobes, they're really not that bad. Darknuts are the real enemy, it seems.
Darknuts can turn at horrible times and really slow you down.
jkoper does have 2 bombs. He doesn't get lucky in that first red Wizrobe room. Those red Wizrobes can drop bombs, but he doesn't get any. Loses his beams into Belfry, so unfortunately going to lose a tiny bit of time, but considering he took a bop early in that room, that was a pretty efficient Belfry.
Just the only thing is that usually Wizrobes are in rooms with bubbles that can cause issues, and then Darknuts, are there any Darknut rooms that have bubbles where it's an issue in first quest? I don't think so. There's a couple that share a room with a bubble, but I don't think it's usually an issue.
A little bit more than a 1-minute lead for jkoper as Jam gets out of level 7, and yeah, I believe all of the rooms that have bubbles and Darknuts in the first quest are rooms that the runners will not have to clear in a speed run, unless they are doing like glitchless, I believe, and they're doing 100%. I think that's the only situation where we might see differences. jkoper into the magical brunch room. The bubble trolls him, and he avoids the bubble just to walk into a beam of the Wizrobe, and he got double beamed there. Guys, come on, it's Wed Wizrobes, not Red Wizrobes. Come on now.
We all just embrace the easy way to say it.
Exactly. I mean, we might as well just call them what they are, right? Now, Jam does enter level 6 before jkoper's out, so the lead has shrunk. It's still a pretty sizable lead for jkoper, as long as he doesn't take a death or have a major mental miscue. I believe this race is probably his to lose at this point. Of
Yeah,
course.
he has a bit of a lead. I guess losing enough health in 9 might cause a bit of a slowdown, but probably not quite this much.
Well, of course, consider that levels 8 and 9 are all he has left to do, and those are some of the toughest levels in the speedrun. Very easy to head into these blue lagoons in level 8, and those dark nuts just melt that health bar away, especially because of the lag, which is the reason we call it the blue lagoon, isn't it?
Exactly. Do you think he'll go for the potion? If he goes for the potion, I feel like he could let Jam back into this.
Really a runner's choice, and if he's watching the restream, he may know he does have a pretty large lead. Who Jam gets bubbled in the magical brunch room, but then unlike jkoper, who avoided the bubble and got whiz-robed, Jam gets bubbled but does not get whiz-robed. He does get bubbled again though, so kind of a rough room here time-wise for Jam. And that was a pretty efficient blue lagoon for jkoper. Ooh, this room's giving him some trouble, though, and those bubbles just keep bopping him right back into that fray of enemies. He does get through with minimal damage and a very nice Darknet pattern to start Blue Lagoon number 2 for jkoper.
Again, he's having a pretty good room here.
Jam finishes off level 6. He'll be headed to level 8 shortly. jkoper gets bopped around a little bit as he's headed to the staircase. He still has 7 hearts, so not a real danger of a death here. And he'll be facing off against Gliok Part 2. Oh, what was that? What was that he just got, Steven? Go ahead. That's all you, man.
You got a sweet Merciful Fairy.
Very nice to help with the refill. jkoper melts that Gliok, and ladies and gentlemen, he'll be the first one headed to level 9. The Great Equalizer, as my friend Laws likes to call it.
Is it 3 hearts for 2 seconds, or is it 3 hearts for 1 second? I forget, but...
I might be mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I believe every heart of refill is approximately 2/3 of a second, so it's 3 hearts for 2 seconds. I believe you're correct. And we do see jkoper getting the potion. He definitely knows, I assume, how large his lead is. And he's not taking any chances in the bracket stage. And remember, the loser is out of this tournament. The winner moves on to face that JSR guy next round. So, not taking any chances here. And honestly, I don't blame him.
Since he's already got the potion, even if he had 2 refills with it, I still think it's a sizable lead. Enough to allow for that.
And I mean, we're talking about a veteran here. Somebody who has been running this game longer than I have, longer than a lot of us have. At this point, it's going to take a catastrophic 9 or a major mental miscue as jkoper heads into level 9 with full health, the recommended amount of bombs to at least get through the level, and a potion in his pocket. As jkoper makes his way to the first staircase in 9, Jam versus the Evil Monster Part 2. And the Evil Monster doesn't touch him until he's already dead. Kind of a little thank you very much as he leaves the heart behind and picks up the Triforce, and he's headed to 9 as well.
Well, they'll both be in level 9. It's always nice to see both players in level 9.
Yeah, and I mean, again, level 9 is the Great Equalizer, and so far, not equalizing much. jkoper gets through Patra 1 with no damage. A very nice Patra skip for jkoper. and then he just smacks the old man in the face with a sword beam.
I faced this guy once who was done with level 9 before I got in.
Yeah, but that guy's pretty good at Zelda, though, Steven.
He's alright.
Well, I mean, you did pretty well in that race. It just so happened to be a race world record against you, so nobody can blame me on that one. Jam's going to be in 9 before jkoper forces his bomb. Not quite. jkoper does force his bomb, so he'll have at least 2 bombs for combat in this reverse C. Tell us a little bit about this reverse C, Steven.
This reverse C, I don't know. I hear a lot of people say it's one of the hardest rooms in the game, and certainly for a lot of people it is, but sometimes it can be very cooperative. But you got to deal with bubbles and wizrobes, so it can also be very horrible.
I think it's one of those rooms that if you know the strats, if you know what to expect, it's not that bad. But for casual players and new runners, it's extremely difficult. And even for experienced runners, it can quickly turn on its head if you're not careful. jkoper wisely sits on those last 2 bombs as he decides to finish these wizrobes off with his sword, and does so damageless. A very nice reverse C for jkoper.
Ooh, and the double block clip. That was a clean double block clip. That's not easy to do.
Not bad at all. Getting a little swag in as Jam decides to clear Patra 1.
The current race world record holder like to point out that was the former world record that he got versus me.
Right. That record stood for exactly 1 week, as last night, I believe, Lack Attack versus Cantaloupe Me, he was able to better his record by a second, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that wizrobe not playing nice. Jam finally clears him out as jkoper heads through the IHOP, bombs his way into the trap room with nearly full health. He's looking in great shape. Into the final staircase. Well, there's still one more staircase. The final staircase that leads you to wizrobes. And he gets through cleanly, uses his last bomb, he switches to potion, so he can save a menu if it comes down to it. And Jam decides to take out Patra 2 as well, not taking any chances with these Patras as he clips in afterwards and heads to the reverse C himself. jkoper into Patra 3.
He has so much health, and the red potion. You knew you wouldn't need it, but better safe than sorry.
Ooh, and Jam gets a trolley reverse C pattern. He's got to be careful. He does not have a potion, and jkoper takes on the pig. Gets the first hit, the second hit, loses the stun log, gets the third, and we have bacon.
GG's.
Get your GG's in chat, folks.
Oh, just 1 second off from a perfect 33-33. He finished with a time of 33-32.
Congratulations to jkoper, who'll be moving on in the tournament, advancing to the next round where he'll take on JSR. That guy, I don't know that guy. He sounds like he kind of a guy. I don't know.
Kind of a guy. Kind of a guy with a low 29.
And we'll see if we can get jkoper in the commentator's booth for a chat. But meanwhile, we'll cheer Jammy home as he heads into the trap room. He's still got 5 hearts, and as my friend Yunos pointed out once in a race a while ago, Jam is one of the best closers in all of Zelda 1 speedrunning, so this is more of an arbitrary thing at this point. Very nice to get through that room without damage.
Wow. Guess that's why he's one of the best closers. I would have just taken the trap. I don't know. That was impressive.
Very, very difficult. And the grayscale swag. Bent glass swag for JamEvil as he heads into Patra 3. And Jam facing Ganon, hopefully for the last time as he heads in. Plenty of arrows, plenty of health. One hit. 2 hits. 3. And we've got plenty of bacon. And ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for JamEvil as well. With an official SRL time of 35 minutes and 43 seconds. Well done.
GG.
Joining us now in the commentator's booth is our winner, jkoper. Congratulations, sir. Before we ask any questions, your thoughts on your run tonight?
It was pretty garbage, but whatever. I mean, I could see I had a big lead, so I just played the game, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. Some good things happen, some bad things happen. I definitely was impressed with your level 5, and you had a very nice recorder room. Walk us through that level 5. Oh, the recorder room started out good. But then I could have left the recorder room with a big surplus, and then the last Dark Nut was a little bad. That was partly on me and partly on him just turning around for no reason. So, some good things happen. I was pretty pleased with how it started. Whenever you can get the bomb force, it feels good.
I definitely
but then,
was impressed with your level 5.
You know,
you had a very nice recorder room.
Kind of average, I'd say.
Walk us through that level 5.
Oh, the recorder room started out.
It was a very clean run and
then I could have left
very efficient run, and it was enough. As joining us in the commentator's booth is our runner-up JamEvil, my friend. GG, sir. Your thoughts on your run tonight?
Big secret to everyone listening and everyone watching. There's no actual booth. They actually have me crammed in a closet with a bunch of brooms. It's all a hoax. It's all a sham.
We don't have bees at least in here. We have pest control in this closet.
No, level 3 and level 4. Wow. Running out of bombs at level 3 really that slowed me down right off the bat. And then level 4, I was kind of struggling as well, throwing bombs away. I had to force it off those Zols in that one room. Just didn't count the whole time. Counting is hard. I only have 3 fingers. Well, I have 5 fingers on each hand, but it's hard to count those 2. Yeah, I need to work on that. Overall, it wasn't that bad. I didn't die. I was playing it slow and steady and hoping that really bad things would happen to my bone. I mean, not hoping that really bad things would happen. But I'm happy to have made it this far in the tournament. Overall, I'm happy in general. Really, really good run. Congratulations, jkoper.
Thanks, Jam. I didn't see what was going on in your level 3 there. I wasn't happy with my 3, but it was only like plus 20 or something. Yeah, I didn't see, it didn't look like you died or anything, and I had to focus on my own, but I was keeping an eye on you, and all I know is you were like half a level behind me already by the time you got out of 3. And
the red Dark Nuts in the raft room, I had run out of bombs before that room, and I had to farm them because I had already killed the 3 Dark Nuts in the first room to get the bomb drop.
Yeah, I guess I would have gone to the Keith's room.
Keith's room, yeah, I know. I could have. My count was good. I was on a 5 count after leaving the downstairs. I was on a 4 count leaving the downstairs. So I was like, I might as well try to get the 6 and the 8. And eventually, I did get I got the 6, and then I got the 8 and a force 10. So I left that room with 8. So it was nice.
Can I just say how clutch that kill was on Manhandler, by the way?
Oh, for me with the sword? Yeah. I ran out of bombs on Manhattan, so I had to farm for bombs before 4 as well. So yeah.
Wait, so you got 3 bomb drops in the after when you ran out of bombs on Manhattan?
Just watch the VOD. Just watch the VOD.
I mean, I've done that before too.
Yeah.
If you don't take him down quickly, then sometimes he just gets away from you and he'll fly around the room. But
I always put one in the middle, expecting him to go towards the middle. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. It's really a crapshoot at that point when he's going that fast.
Yeah.
But you didn't panic. You did take him down, and you didn't have to go too long without bombs before 4. It was enough, though, that despite a little bit of bomb trouble in 7 for you, jkoper, it was just a little bit too insurmountable, and yet you did exactly what you had to do. I mean, you played a clean run, and it was enough.
Yeah, I didn't die in 7. I didn't get wall mastered in 7. Those are good things. I just ran out of bombs, and that was not so time consuming. It was nice to have all the money for backup. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was on the right count there in the wallmaster room, forcing the bomb. But stepping in between the bubbles was probably not the best direction to go to wait for the bomb force. So, yeah, that's the mistake I made there. Like, I shouldn't have stepped in that direction, but otherwise, whatever. It didn't make a big difference.
Well, you do get the win. You do move on, and
who do I face next?
I do believe you'll be facing off against JSR. I think we've met up a few times in tournaments. In fact, we've met up in this tournament.
We've never met in a tournament before. Maybe next time.
I'm gonna have to play a lot better, man. I mean, to really be competitive, I need to be like, getting a PB or something, and unless you make some big mistakes. So, we'll see. Practice a little more before then and get our match in.
Anything can happen in Zelda 1, and I know I personally will never take an opponent lightly, no matter what, and I will always prepare for the best or hope for the best and prepare for the worst, because this game is cruel, and sometimes it's crueler to some than others. Jam, unfortunately, this is us saying goodbye in the tournament, but again, I want to thank you so much for joining us in this tournament, and I'm so glad you had a good time in it. And any parting words or any Jam-isms as you depart tonight?
It's never goodbye. It's until next time or until we meet again. I will be back, and I'll see you all there. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Steven, do you have anything for our runners this evening, sir?
GG, guys. It was a good runs. I liked it. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, if you had fun, that's all that counts.
All that counts is that I have fun.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow both our runners tonight, jkoper and JamEvil on Twitch. Also follow my co-commentator 4i Steven, and of course the Speed Gaming Network, which should be carrying a few more of the races as we get closer to the end of this tournament. Steven, we're getting closer and closer, man.
Yeah, it's getting, well, it's been intense. It's getting insane.
Now the real race is this tournament gonna finish up before the randomizer tournament? Let's see. That's the thing.
I actually might be partially to blame for the randomizer tournament. I think this on my race.
It's all right. We'll be okay.
But yeah, still a few more rounds left in this one, including some very hype matches on this schedule. Steven, do you happen to have the schedule up, sir?
I can pull it up real quick. Oh wait, no, I do have it up. It looks like tomorrow night at 10. Oh, it looks like we're going to have a four-way race. We're going to have Zarnax 42 versus Saver and RC Drone versus Unos. I'm sorry, that's not a four-way race. It's on two different channels.
The Zarnax and Saber match will be on either Speed Gaming 2 or Speed Gaming 3, and the RC Drone versus Unos match is currently slated to be on my channel. However, that might get moved. It's very possible, but as of right now, it is going to be on my channel, so make sure you guys drop by for those matches. They should be hyped. That is tomorrow night at 10 Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern, respectively, as well as 2 hype matches on Friday night, I believe. That is Cake Sauce versus Darkwing Duck. I'm sorry, that's midnight Thursday. Whatever, you know. It'll be 9 p.m. Pacific on Thursday. And then Random Effect versus Cananophone Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Those are both yet to be determined on where the restream are, but that should be 2 amazing matches. I'm really psyched for these, Steven. It's going to be epic. All right, so for the racers tonight, JamEviler and jkoper. Congratulations to jkoper moving on in the tournament. And for my co-commentator, 4i Steven, this is JSR. I want to thank everyone for watching tonight, and we hope to see you guys for the next one. Until then, you all have a great evening. Take care, everybody.